In a world that never stops moving, where deadlines chase us, where phones buzz constantly, and opinions fly faster than truth, calmness has become a rare superpower. And if you've ever felt like you're drowning in expectations, distractions, or disappointments, you're not alone. But here's the truth: the storm outside is nothing compared to the storm within. This isn't about pretending to be okay. It's not about bottling up emotions or acting tough. No. This is about learning how to train your mind to respond instead of react, to lead with clarity, not chaos, to stand firm even when everything around you seems to be falling apart. Say, anyone can be calm when life is easy, but real strength, real growth, that shows up when life tests you. When you're overlooked, criticized, knocked down, and yet you remain centered. You don't explode, you don't shrink, you don't chase validation or fight for attention. You simply stay calm and move forward. This isn't just a feel-good idea. It's a skill, a mental discipline, and like any discipline, it can be trained. In this video, we're going to walk through 10 powerful principles that will help you develop a mind so focused, so grounded, that no matter what happens around you, you won't be shaken, you'll be prepared, you'll be in control. Because life doesn't reward those who panic. It rewards those who can keep their peace, even in the middle of chaos. So take a breath, sit back, and let's begin. There's a quiet strength in those who don't flinch, who don't overreact, who don't let every little comment, inconvenience, or failure shake them. You've seen it before. Someone walks into a room, and without saying a word, you can feel it. They're composed, steady, unshaken. This isn't luck. It's not some natural gift. It's mental training. That nothing bothers me mindset isn't about becoming numb or disconnected. It's about choosing not to hand over your power to things that don't deserve it. It's about recognizing that the world will always try to provoke a reaction from you through criticism, chaos, or the unexpected, but it only has as much control over you as you allow. True emotional strength doesn't come from yelling louder. It comes from silence, from restraint, from being so dialed into your purpose that no distraction, no drama, no delay can knock you off course. Someone insults you, sigh, walk away. That moment doesn't define you. Plans fall apart. You adapt. You keep going. They expect you to break. You don't even blink. Say, people respect what they can't control. And when you don't react the way they expect, when you remain cool under pressure, you become something rare. You become someone they can't manipulate, someone they look up to, even if they don't understand why. That nothing bothers me mindset isn't about pretending to be invincible. It's about becoming unshakable. Because calm is not weakness, it's power under control. And in a world that's loud, reactive, and overstimulated, being calm is revolutionary. Most people believe strength is about force, about pushing harder, shouting louder, acting faster. But real strength, the kind that builds legacy, is about control. It's the ability to feel everything, yet remain centered. Because life isn't about avoiding chaos. It's about learning how to breathe in the middle of it. Let me ask you this. When was the last time you paused before reacting? Not just physically but mentally. When was the last time you said, "Wait, is this worth my energy?" That single moment, that pause, that's where your power lives. Anyone can lash out when provoked. Anyone can spiral when things don't go their way. But the ones who stand out, the ones who truly lead, are the ones who respond with intention, not impulse. Being emotionally unshaken doesn't mean you don't care. It means you care more about what truly matters. You're not wasting emotional energy on what someone thinks of you, or how unfair the situation feels. Instead, you choose to stay focused, grounded, and in control. Imagine walking through a storm, not because you're fearless, but because you've trained your mind to keep moving, regardless of the weather. That's what self-mastery looks like. Emotional strength is built through practice. Start with the small things: a delayed email, a rude comment, a missed opportunity. Ask yourself, is this helping me grow or pulling me backward? If it's not helping, you let it go. Not every battle is worth your reaction. Not every emotion deserves a stage. Stay unshaken, because the world doesn't need more noise. It needs more grounded minds, more steady hands, more leaders who don't crumble when the pressure rises. You want to be different? Start by mastering what everyone else ignores: your emotions. We live in a world that rewards loud reactions. The more you upset you get, the more attention you gain. But here's the truth most people miss. Not everything deserves your energy. Not every comment requires a response. And not every opinion matters. There's a rare kind of power in mindful indifference. It's not about being cold. It's about being clear. Clear about who you are. Clear about what really matters. Clear about where you're going. Think about how often you waste energy. You're scrolling, judging, defending, comparing, all while your real goals sit untouched. That's the trap. You give away your focus to things that don't deserve it, and then wonder why you feel drained, anxious, lost. You're not weak, you're just distracted. Mindful indifference is the art of saying, "This doesn't serve me, so I'm not giving it space." It's choosing peace over proving a point, progress over pettiness, stillness over reaction. When someone criticizes you unfairly, let them. When people misunderstand your intentions, let them. You don't need to explain your worth to someone committed to misunderstanding you. Because the moment you stop reacting to everything, you regain your power. You start moving with purpose, instead of getting pulled in every direction by opinions, gossip, or noise. This doesn't mean you stop caring. It means you care more, but for the right things. for your health, your growth, your mission. Let the world wonder why you're calm while others panic. Let them question your silence. Because behind that silence is strength. Strength most people only pretend to have. When you master the art of indifference, you stop surviving and start thriving. Here's a quiet truth most people don't want to face. The more you seek approval from others, the more disconnected you become from yourself. Every time you ask, "Do they like me?" you're forgetting to ask, "Do I like me?" You shift your identity to please. You shrink to fit. You second-guess your words, your choices, even your dreams, just to be accepted by people who, more often than not, don't even know the real you. That's not validation. That's emotional slavery. You don't need to be liked by everyone. You don't need applause to feel worthy. The loudest approval you'll ever hear should come from inside you. Because when you start validating yourself, when you begin honoring your progress, celebrating your effort, and standing behind your values, you build something unshakable, self-respect. And that kind of confidence doesn't scream, it whispers, quiet, steady, unapologetic. People will notice it, not because you're chasing their attention, but because you're not, and that's magnetic. You don't need to announce who you are, just be who you are. Loud approval may impress people, but quiet authenticity, that inspires them. So stop measuring your worth by how many people clap when you walk into a room. Start measuring it by how deeply you respect the person who walks out of that room. Not everyone will understand you. Not everyone will support you, and that's okay. Their approval is a preference, not a requirement. The real freedom, it begins when you stop trying to be liked and start liking yourself. Because when you validate yourself, you stop performing and start living. Criticism is inevitable, no matter how kind, how talented, or how well-intentioned you are. Someone, somewhere will have something to say. But here's the quiet truth. Criticism is only as powerful as the reaction you give it. Most people take it personally. They feel attacked, misunderstood, crushed, and when emotions rise, clarity disappears. But the strong, they don't let their emotions lead. They pause, reflect, and ask a better question. Not why are they saying this, but is there any truth here I can use? That's the difference between reaction and mature growth. Criticism isn't always wrong, but it isn't always right either. The key, filter it with logic, not emotion. If feedback comes from someone who's walked your path, who speaks with clarity not cruelty, then listen, learn, grow. But if it comes from bitterness, jealousy, or ignorance, let it go. Don't argue, don't explain, don't carry words that were never meant to build you. Remember that every voice deserves a seat at your table. When you defend yourself constantly, you give away your energy. But when you stay rooted in truth, you don't need to explain. Criticism doesn't define you, your response does. So the next time someone judges you, misunderstands you, tries to tear you down, don't fight back, don't shrink, just think and stand tall. Because the calmest person in the room is always the most powerful. And when you learn to receive feedback without losing your peace, you don't just grow, you evolve. Pressure doesn't create character, it reveals it. In moments of chaos, when things don't go as planned, that's when your true discipline is tested. And most people, they crumble, they panic, they react. But the strongest minds, they remain still, calm, composed, because they've trained themselves to expect adversity, not to fear it. Life doesn't hand out warnings. One moment, everything is fine. The next, the ground shakes beneath you. Plans fall apart, people disappoint you, circumstances shift. And the old version of you, the unprepared, impulsive version, wants to scream, to quit, to run. But the evolved version, the one you're becoming, it knows better. That version doesn't resist reality, it flows with it. Because here's a hard truth, not everything is within your control, but how you respond, that always is. You don't gain power by wishing for ease. You gain it by facing difficulty without losing your center. Think of a warrior walking into battle, not hoping for peace, but prepared for war. That's what you must become, a quiet strategist, a calm presence, someone who acts with intention, not impulse. So when stress builds, when things break, when the pressure tightens, don't react. Respond slowly, clearly. Or step back, observe. Because while others spiral, you will remain grounded. One of the greatest sources of human suffering is this, trying to control what was never ours to control in the first place. We grip tightly to expectations, to outcomes, to timelines we think we're entitled to, and when reality doesn't match the vision we built in our minds, we break, we resist, we suffer. But real strength begins the moment you learn to release. Letting go isn't giving up. It's not defeat. It's wisdom. It's knowing the difference between what deserves your energy and what only drains it. Think of water flowing down a river. It doesn't stop when it meets a rock. It flows around it, calmly, powerfully, without resistance. That's the mindset of someone who's mastered detachment. You're not supposed to control everything. You're not supposed to hold it all together. You're supposed to learn how to remain peaceful, even when everything around you feels uncertain. You will lose things. People will leave. plans will change. That's life. But your peace doesn't have to vanish with it. Ask yourself, is this within my control? If it's not, release it. Let go of the need for constant certainty. Let go of the belief that things must go your way to be meaningful. Let go of the fear that you're only safe when you're in control. Because the truth is, peace isn't found in control. It's found in surrender. And when you learn to release what doesn't serve you, you become unshakable, unstoppable, untouchable. Letting go is not weakness, it's power, and it may just be the most liberating thing you'll ever do. This is more than mental strength, is emotional wisdom. And in a world that moves fast and breaks easily, composure isn't just a strength, it's a superpower. In a world that never stops talking, silence is your secret weapon. Most people speak to fill the void, to be heard, to be noticed, to prove something. But those who truly understand power, they know when to be still. They know that silence can speak louder than any word ever could. Think about it. The most powerful people you've ever met, did they shout, or did they command the room without even raising their voice? Because silence creates presence. It draws people in. It makes them wonder, what is he thinking? It gives you control. Voice block. In conversations, the one who listens holds the power, while others rush to explain themselves, to defend, to impress. You observe, you read the room, you gather more information than you give, and when you finally speak, people listen. In conflict, silence disarms. It removes fuel from the fire. When someone insults you, they expect a reaction. They want to control your emotions. But when you stay calm, silent, they lose their grip on you. You become unpredictable. You become powerful. But silence isn't just about how you interact with others. It's also how you master yourself. In moments of anger, stay silent. In moments of fear, stay grounded. In moments of doubt, go inward, because in that quiet space, you find clarity, you find control. You see, silence is not emptiness, it's not weakness, it's strategy. And when used intentionally, it becomes one of the most powerful tools in your mental arsenal. So speak less, observe more. Let your presence do the talking, because those who master silence master the room. Your mind is the battlefield, and the greatest battles you'll ever face won't be fought out there in the world. They'll be fought within you, in moments of stress, in chaos, in pain. Your ability to stay calm is what sets you apart. Anyone can be composed when life is going smoothly, but real strength is tested when everything falls apart, when things go wrong, when people disappoint you, when the unexpected hits you like a storm you never saw coming. That's when your training kicks in. That's when mental discipline becomes your armor, because staying calm is not about suppressing your emotions. It's about mastering them. It's about noticing the storm inside you, but choosing not to get swept away. Picture this: two people face the same setback. One panic slows his focus, spirals into frustration. The other breathes, regroups, and makes a decision with clarity. Who do you think wins? Training your mind to stay calm starts with awareness. The next time something triggers, you pause. Don't react, don't explode, just pause. Ask yourself, is this worth my peace? Is this worth my power? Most of the time, the answer is no. Over time, these small pauses become habits, and those habits build a fortress inside your mind. You learn to breathe through chaos, to smile through discomfort, to stand still while everything else shakes. Because a calm mind isn't passive, it's focused, sharp, dangerous. The one who remains calm controls the room. The one who stays grounded sees clearly while everyone else is blind with emotion. So train for it every day, one breath at a time. Stay calm no matter what happens, because when you do, nothing can break you. Real power doesn't make noise. It doesn't announce itself. It doesn't brag, boast, or beg for validation. It simply moves with purpose, with precision, and with silence. We live in a world where everyone wants to be seen, to be heard, to be recognized. But the ones who truly shape the world, they move in silence. They don't tell the world what they're going to do. They just do it, and by the time the world notices, it's already done. Because silence is strategy. When no one sees you coming, no one can stop you, no one can doubt you, no one can interface. The moment you stop announcing your dreams, your plans, your every move, that's when the magic begins. People can ruin what they don't know. They can critique what they can see. You build in the dark, so you can shine in the light. Think about the most successful people you admire. They weren't the loudest in the room. They were the most focused. While others talked, they worked. While others showed off, they showed up. So from today, move differently. When you're working on something important, keep it quiet. Let your progress speak louder than your promises. Let your results silence the room. Stop explaining yourself. Stop looking for applause, because validation isn't fuel, it's a trap. The more you rely on attention, the less you rely on discipline, and discipline is the only thing that builds empires. So keep your head down, stay locked in, and when the time comes to rise, let the world be stunned. Because when you move in silence, you never lose momentum, you never lose focus, and you never lose control. Master this, and you'll never need to say a word again. If you've made it this far, then you already know the power to transform your life doesn't lie in the world around you, it lies in the world within you. You don't need to control everything, you just need to control yourself, your reactions, your emotions, your focus. The truth is, life won't slow down. The noise won't fade, the pressure won't ease, but you can become stronger, calmer, more grounded. Every principle you've heard today, isn't just a concept, it's a choice, a daily decision to show up with intention, to act even when no one's watching, to let go of what you can change, to train your mind, to stand tall in chaos. Because the person who walks through fire without flinching, the one who moves in silence, who holds their peace while the world spirals, that person becomes unstoppable. You won't get there overnight, but you will get there, one moment of self-control at a time, one quiet victory at a time, one day of discipline at a time. So wherever you are right now, take a deep breath, stand tall, and remember this. No matter what happens, you have the power to stay calm, to stay focused, and to keep moving forward, not because life gets easier, but because you get stronger. This is Lessons Legacy, and this is your reminder. You were never meant to break. You were meant to rise.